Oh my gosh, guess what? This is technically a book unboxing, but I've already unboxed it because I needed to see it because I was so excited. So you get to see it now. This is the box. It's a bag. It's from the Zon. So what is this? What is in this? I know you want to know. I know you want to know what's in this bag. I was gonna say box. It's not a box, it's a bag. As you can probably tell, unless you've never been here, welcome to the insanity. Excuse you. I make book covers and books. That's my book. That's not my book. I own this book, but I didn't make this book. This is my book. That's 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 my hair. That's my book. That's my friend's book. It's the Constitution. Mine. That's still my hair. I made all those book covers. I also wrote all those words, but I made all those book covers. I've been making book covers for people since I've been on Wattpad in like 2014, and that grew into making covers for friends and other people. I didn't make this cover. I made a cover for Nathaniel called The Ones with Gilded Bones. I made it from scratch. I drew it all. I loved it so much, and it's a great book. You should go check it out. But this is not that book. I made a book cover for somebody, and I've never had a turnaround so quickly with someone posting it or someone publishing it, and I got really excited because I was really excited about this one. And he's probably going to use me again for a second book to this series, and I'm really excited for that because I already have that concept up because he wanted two different concepts, and he had one that he had in mind, and then the second one was one that I came up with, and he wanted the one that he had in mind, and I was able to do that one. But the one concept that I made from my brain, he was like, that'd be perfect for the second book, and I was like, oh. Well, anyway, I'm really excited, and I want to show you this because I was so excited. This sucker is like 800 pages. No, I don't know how. I think it's 800 pages because this spine is like 1.5 inches thick. I know, I created the cover. Anyway, let's open it up. Look at this hunk. Oh, look at it. It's so pretty. I love it so much. Ugh, I love it so much. So he told me it went up. Y'all, I have never bought a book so fast in my life. I probably have, but it is called The Binding of the 12 by Nathaniel Bazzell. I don't know his last name, but I think that's how you say it. There's the cover, and there's behind, and here's the back. And I'll read you the back real quick because you might be interested in reading this. Let me see. It's not 800 pages. Sorry. It is 665 pages, a little bit more. But anyway, here we go. The Binding of the 12, being the first tale of the chronicles of the orphan king, the teller, the herder, the trickster, the tender, the thief, the medic that knows too much, 2 Gad'riyel, 2 delv'ar scouts, and 2 companions. 12 you shall be. That's in quotations. And then here's the summary. A foreboding prophecy reaches Fife, a keeper of wisdom. For 2,000 years, the keepers have hoarded ancient knowledge, believing it too dangerous for the world. The cataclysm wrought by the 12 builders that have proven beyond any doubt. But as a new threat arises, old ideas must be challenged. A forgotten empire hungers for conquest, and an ancient evil stirs, seeking revenge. Fife wonders if the only hope for the three lands is the old knowledge that destroyed it in the first place. Despite his doubts, the prophecy was clear. A new 12 must be bound, and it is up to him to search the three lands. Can he find and convince them to join him before it's too late? Will he be able to weave doubt, fear, and old division into hope, or will the world fall into darkness for a final time? So that's it. That's the Binding of 12. Let me get closer and then you can see better. Okay, so there are 12 ropes around here because 12 is the big symbolism or whatever, as you can tell. This is what he pictured for it. He wanted 12 ropes tied around a ring. And so I did that in the earlier ones, and I was like, well, what am I going to do for background? So I found this. It was a red background. It actually came with this gold ring, and I was able to change it to this brown to match the rings and stuff like that, and I absolutely loved it. And it actually is flipped. I'm a nerd, okay? It's flipped. This light was actually up here and the dark was down here, and just something in me was like, flip it. And I was like, okay, and I did, and it changed the whole vibe. I can't describe it, but it changed all of it. And then I sent him the ideas, and he was like, okay. He really liked this one, and he wanted a gem in the middle because of story reasons. And I fixed up the ropes, and I made sure that it was strung across the back because I really liked the idea of that. I love whenever they wrap around like this, and it's not just like stoop, 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 like 3 different images. I don't know why. I mean, I have that for some of my own books. Like, I could show you, like, Stop Go has it, excuse me, but it's kind of wrapped around, whatever. Those all have whatever. Anyway, I like whenever it wraps around like this and it matches. It makes my brain happy. Excuse me. I can't tell you how many YouTube videos I watched while I was watching this. Not to like make it, but just to to have sound in the background, I guess. Anyway, this is the Binding of the 12. The Chronicles of the Orphan King, Book 1. I didn't do the interior design, but it's really nice interior design. The table of contents looks like it's 32 chapters. Oh, no, 36 chapters and an epilogue. That's cool. Let me read a little bit of the beginning. Let me back up. Let me get out of your bubble real quick. Fife crossed the ale room towards the well-dressed gentleman sitting on the corner table. Eyes all around the common room trailed him as he sauntered toward the menere, the lone occupant of the filthy table. Not that the table wanted for company. The entire place was in desperate need of cleaning and reeked of unwashed bodies. Fife briefly calculated how much soap it would take to properly clean the place before deciding it would be easier to burn the whole thing down and start over. Kicking discarded bones and scraps of food out of his path, the keeper closed the distance between him and the menere. Upon seeing Fife, the dapper stranger perked up and gestured grandly to the seat directly across from him, offering it up as if it were a seat in some nobleman's hall rather than a rickety old stool in a destitute alehouse. With a nod of thanks, Fife took the seat, an opportunity to stretch his long legs out underneath the table. The keeper had been on horseback for several weeks, and it felt good to finally sit on something that wasn't moving, at least not much. The stool was a bit wobbly. Am I to assume you are Fife? I am to meet a keeper here by that name. The time is correct in judging by the crimson cloak. You are a keeper. A good color for you, by the way, the stranger said in a way of greeting. His voice was pleasant and refined in a way that nobles cultivated. You of the right on both accounts. I am called Fife, and I am a keeper. Splendid, the stranger beamed before continuing. I have some important news for you. Urgent, really. I am very pleased that you were able to meet with me. The man seemed eager, but that wasn't unusual for the type of folk that sought out a keeper. Everyone and each of their kin seemed to have something important to tell a keeper. More often than not, it was rubbish, and there were occasional pearls in the mud that kept Fife from meeting folk in the oddest of places. Excellent, Fife replied. As you know, we keepers love nothing more than a new morsel of knowledge. For instance, your name. I do not believe I caught it, friend. Forgive my manners, silly of me. Please call me Olan and forgive my oversight. It's just that I fear the news I bear is quite urgent. News that could change the fate of all that live in the three lands. Well, saying that aloud made it sound melodramatic, but I assure you it's the truth all the same. Fife hadn't heard that one before. Something would change the fate of so many people. If nothing else, it should be an interesting conversation. He stared at the menere seated across the grimy table and tried to get the measure of the man. He was dressed in the latest style, wearing supple doe hide breeches dyed blue. The tailors in the cities must have decided that the attire rural folk wore of necessity was now in favor among nobility. The breeches were neatly tucked into knee-high boots that gleamed in the candlelight. A wide belt decorated with gold discs was buckled snugly around his slim waist, and a shirt matching his breeches were tucked under the gaudy thing. Not to be outdone by the belt, the tunic sported long sleeves that flared out around the wrists. The ruffled cuffs hanging down to his fingertips reminded Fife of a waterfall. A leather vest, brown of rich soil, topped off Olin's garb. A person as refined as Olin did not belong in this ale house, so why had the nobles chosen such an indignant place to meet? Indignant place to meet. A cursory glance that was enough for anyone to see the squealing pig was an aptly named establishment. Grease from hundreds of past meals had congealed into an off-white glaze on the tabletops. Those layers of grime had, in turn, been covered with soot that fell from poorly trimmed tallow candles like dirty snow. All things considered, it was no surprise the establishment lacked even a single globe. I think that's all I'm going to read for now, so it doesn't get too long of a video. But if you are interested, please go check it out. I'm so excited for this book cover. It's been a while since they've turned around this fast. So, I don't know. I absolutely love it. I had a lot of fun. I was watching a lot of glam and gore while I was doing this. I was watching actually some of Smart. I don't know what they're called, but there's a guy from So Random that I think is really funny. And then a lot of Cody Co, because I watch a lot of Cody Co, like all the time. It's been a while since I watched PewDiePie. I need to watch my Poods again. I missed him. I had a lot of fun creating the cover for this, and I got to stretch my abilities again. It's been a minute since I've been able to do something as cool as this, but go check it out. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching and for indulging in my excitement for a little bit, and I hope you enjoy. The link and the description are in the description, so go check it out. And thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye!